Hi, folks. How are you all? As always, a pleasure connecting and speaking to you about contemporary topics or probably any interesting topics pertaining to life and careers. And today I'm going to talk about a very, very interesting, probably not widely spoken about topic. Two myths which we all need to bust to be certain about probably a more contented and happy life or a life which is filled with whatever we require. The family myth and the money myth. Well, you might immediately get probably provoked by saying that what is a family myth? Family is so close to us, and even in your own podcast earlier, you spoken about how family is so important and one needs to probably take care of the family first and things like that. Yes, I have spoken about it, but it is also more important to understand that to be too attached to the family in terms of when you take professional decisions. When I'm saying attached, I'm not saying you should cut away from them. I'm saying emotionally being too involved in terms of emotionally mixing up decisions with respect to career and family will probably prove very, very costly. I'll tell you why. The assumption which we make in this whole thing is I'm not this can be just your immediate family or probably including your extended family. It could be your parents, in-laws. I think that entire ecosystem of your parents, your spouse's parents, in-laws, children, and a whole lot of people like that. So a lot of times what happens is we probably are emotionally too attached in terms of having that as a very, very primary consideration and motivating factor when we are faced with career decisions. These can be big decisions, they can be small decisions, they can be trivial decisions. Like for example, it could mean that you need to go for a 1 week offsite in your organization, and if you're too attached to your spouse and children, you may not want to go. Yeah, I mean, these are practical things. I'm not saying majority of the people do that, but yeah, there is a good amount of people who probably have this kind of emotional attachment that spontaneously their reaction to such professional advancement opportunities, big and small, is that no, my family is very important to me. Without me, they will probably not manage alone. This reason can probably the way you word these reasons can vary very, very drastically. And particularly in the early decade of your career, what I call as the first decade of your career, I think there are opportunities like this where you probably can be more visible. See, that is more important. I also have spoken about career visibility or your own visibility in your organization. You can be a great performer. You can be extremely competent. You probably are the only person who has the kinds of skills in your organization, but if you lack visibility, you're not going to grow in the organization. And these kind of opportunities, seminars, meetings, offsites, professional get-togethers, professional interactions, need not necessarily be in your own location, but can go into other locations, even overseas offsites and things like that. These are not opportunities just to get together and have fun. These are also opportunities where the company is trying to spot people who are visible for the organization's growth, organization's long-term growth and things like that. So when you use family as a consideration and probably let go of these kind of small and big opportunities, you entirely squandering your career growth is the most simplest way to put it. Yeah, a lot of times we all suffer from what I call as career myopia. Career myopia is very, very dangerous because again, career myopia, we undertake a lot of assumptions. We think that, yeah, come what may, I will prosper, I'm extremely good and things like that. All that confidence is perfectly fine, but your progress in career is not just within yourselves. It is also a combination of number of extraneous factors. We also call it luck because so we say, yeah, some people are very lucky, but these people are lucky because they haven't let go of these kind of opportunities where they could showcase their skills, they could showcase their personality, they could showcase their leadership skills. You can go on and on and on. So coming back to the family part, unfortunately, a lot of us get too attached to the family, and there is a calculation in this, or there is an assumption in this. I think it is human to do that calculation. We all think that in a rainy day, the family ecosystem will completely save us. And believe me, it doesn't work that way. I've seen it with many people. I've seen it with myself. Your career is your responsibility. Your life is responsibility. Your immediate family is your responsibility. And when I say it is your responsibility, it is also about how much you earn for them, how much you earn for savings in the family, how much of savings you have in the bank to take care of a rainy day. There could be a medical emergency in the family. There could be a sudden bout of illness which is very very long lasting for someone in the family. I might sound very pessimistic, but these are the reality of these are the realities of life. And a lot of times when we do these calculations about, okay, my family will take care of things, forget the career, as long as the family is taken care, or I am close to the family, I'm well knit to the family, everything will fall in place. That is the single most wrong assumption most of us make in life. Nothing falls in place magically like that. I think we deceive ourselves into thinking like these things will fall magically into place. Believe me, it is your own efforts, it is your own long-term planning, it is your own systematically growing your career and probably also simultaneously accumulating money in your bank. That is the only thing which is going to save you for a rainy day, and nothing else is going to save you for a rainy day. And in that sense, this myth that the family will come to your rescue in a rainy day is the biggest myth we all suffer from. And we set ourselves up for disappointments in life, huge disappointments, but on the personal front happen because you worked on this assumption. Imagine today you take some important career decisions which are not perfect for your career growth, but you think, yeah, family is more important. You've taken those decisions 10 years or 15 years back, and today you're on the crossroads, you're stuck, you are in a blind alley because of those decisions. Nobody cares. It is only your own career that has got stuck. And when your career has got stuck, your family also has got stuck in one way or other because of that big wrong assumption. So that is why these are very very bitter things of life, and these bitter things of life we need to consume within ourselves, and also probably quietly do those calculations in our mind, like after a decade, if there is an emergency, if there's a rainy day, if I don't have anything with me, if I don't have the necessary resources with me, if I don't have the money with me, I'm going to be in dire straits. That is a single calculation that should weigh in our minds, nothing else. And this I've seen with many people. I've seen personally. I've been a victim of my own decisions that way. And again, I'm not attributing it to anybody. I'm not again for a minute blaming anybody, not blaming the family, not blaming the family ecosystem. Yeah, it is wonderful to be with your family. It is wonderful to probably spend volumes and volumes of time with your family. It is wonderful to have a great quality of life. It is wonderful to have a work-life balance. But when there is a rainy day, when there is a bad situation, when you require the resources, when you require the backup, when you require all kind of the emotional support, the moral support, the financial support, whatever support, it all has to come from you. Nothing comes from outside. Believe me, yeah, there could be some people who are endowed with a lot of riches, and probably there is a factor of inheritance. But you take away that, if you are a self-made person, if you are a self-driven person, it is all what matters is what you have with you. And this is the bitter truth of life. And that is where the money myth also comes. A lot of people are fed in this myth, unfortunately, saying that no, you should not run behind money. Money will come by itself. Destiny will take care. I think God is providing for everybody else. All this, sorry to use the language, it is absolute bullshit. You have to create your wealth. You have to create your money. And this is another big assumption we all make in life. It is a big myth. We all don't really care much about money. Again, I'm not saying, fortunately, a lot of people are turning towards how to accumulate wealth early in life. I think now I see a lot of college pass outs and people who join fresh from college into these large corporations and even small companies. From day one plan, in terms of how to accumulate wealth, how to build your first crore by savings and things like that. But a majority of us aren't doing that, and probably haven't done that because we all think destiny will take care of itself. And destiny is, again, when we say destiny will take care of itself, we'll say we also feel, okay, somewhere there is a family which is going to support us in a bad situation. And when family supports in whatever way, when I say whatever way, including financial means, that calculation is always there in our minds. But unfortunately, in reality, it doesn't work that way. We set up ourselves for huge disappointments in life if we do go by these two myths, the family myth and the money myth. Believe me, family is important, but at the same time, if you stake everything else for the sake of your family, you're the sufferer, your career is a sufferer. Likewise, money, the assumption that money is not important is a big fallacy. Money is extremely important. So keep these two things in mind in every stage in your career, irrespective of whatever dire straits you're on. You could be in a bad situation, you could be in a crossroad, you could be in a position where you could be pink slipped. At the same time, you could be growing extraordinarily well, but suddenly you are conflicted in your mind about some situations on the family front and money front. But believe me, never allow these two assumptions to screw up your career. This is something which is very very deep from my heart. I'm telling it from my experience. I'm also telling it from the experience of a lot of peers. These two myths have to be busted for you, for your own goodness and for your career. Family is important. At the same time, don't stake everything else for the sake of your family, because tomorrow you have to take care of the same family which you think will take care of you by hook or crook. And likewise, you think money will come by itself one fine morning. We all get inspired by self-development books which say that the law of attraction works and destiny takes care, the universe takes care. I think yes, it's all perfect, it's all good to speak, but end of the day, the universe will not come and suddenly appear and take care of everything. You have to create that backup in terms of wealth, money accumulated in your savings. So believe me, this is very very important in your life, and irrespective of which stage in your career, you'll for sure relate to it. I appeal to you to probably shred into pieces these assumptions if you have within you. I think these are the biggest wrong assumptions which can, I think, screw up our entire life and career. I hope I was able to convey the message effectively, and thanks for listening, and I'll come back to you soon with another interesting podcast. Have a wonderful life and career ahead. Thank you.